Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's been a long time since I've posted on here, but it's good to be back. I'm in a new house with a much bigger workspace, so it's really inspired me to get back to posting on YouTube. Today I'm going to be working on this beautiful 12-drawer solid wood dresser. I found this on Facebook Marketplace for $125, and although it was a lot more expensive than I'm used to paying, I knew it had to come home with me. I fell in love with the wooden poles and the cute little drawers in the middle. This dresser is in rough shape. The finish is peeling and cracking everywhere, and it has a musty odor that just has to go. I probably shouldn't have spent as much as I did on it, but I really just couldn't let it go. I'm going to start off by giving it a good cleaning using Simple Green. There was so much dirt and buildup on this thing, and this really got it all off. I decided to test out a new-to-me stripper on the top of this dresser. Although the finish was cracking in some places, I could tell it was really thick and I didn't want to spend ages sanding it down. This stripper is a gel consistency, which made it really easy to work with. I applied it using an old paintbrush and let it sit for probably 15 minutes before scraping it off. I scraped off as much as I could, and then I scrubbed the dresser with some soap and water to get the rest of the stripper off. Like I mentioned earlier, the finish on this was super thick, and so I went in with my Carbide Scraper and tried to get the rest of it off before sanding. I also went over the trim pieces to get all that off as well. The finish on the drawers were in rough shape too, but I decided to just sand through most of it instead of stripping. Looking back, I definitely would have stripped these too. Sanding all 12 drawers took almost 2 hours to get them smooth, which I don't like sanding, so I wasn't happy with that. I used a 180 grit and then I worked my way up to a 240. Sanding the body of the dresser itself didn't take as long. It only took about an hour to do the whole thing. I typically like to save the tops of dressers and keep them as wood, but I wasn't loving the wood grain on this, and I burnt through the veneer quite a few times, so I'm gonna have to paint it. So originally I was thinking I would paint the body this pretty like whitish yellowish color, but after I did 2 full coats of it, I realized I wasn't a fan of it. I feel like the dresser needed to be darker, and so you'll see me change it up in a minute. I ended up choosing London Black by Melange Paint. This color is part of their new Cityscapes line featuring 4 different shades of black. London Black has green undertones, and if you know me, you know I love my green, so I had to go with this one. I typically like to spray all my paint now, but I decided to just brush this one on. I felt like I needed some paint therapy. I get questions all the time on how I prevent brush strokes and what I do if I have any secrets, and honestly, I don't have any secrets. If you paint your furniture, there are going to be some brush strokes. I used to despise brush strokes, but now I don't really care anymore. I feel like I like the way that it looks. I like the texture it gives. So like I mentioned earlier, the dresser had a bit of a musty odor smell, and so I decided to spray the drawers with shellac. This hides all of the odor so you don't smell it anymore. So I spray the sides, I spray insides, just everywhere. After letting that dry for a couple hours, I added some paint to the drawers, and then while those were drying, I went outside and sprayed our hardware with Rust-Oleum's Champagne Mist. This spray paint is seriously the best color ever. Next up, I'm going to be doing a paint wash on all of the bare wood. I'm mixing Melange's stone paint with equal parts water and brushing it all over the wood. I pretty much do all my paint washes with this color from Melange. It's such a staple color and it works so well. Here's one last look at the before in super rough shape, and here it is now. Thank you guys so much for watching, and be sure to subscribe to see my next furniture flip. Bye guys!